I mean, there was no recorded music at that time. If you wanted to hear music, you had to hear it live.
Yeah.
Right.
And just regarding your question about the period instruments, I mean, as a French horn player, I dabbled with natural horn,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and uh, most of the most of the performances that I have heard of natural horn are about the strongest argument you could make in favor of the invention of the valve. However, there are some exceptions to that. I heard Jamie Somerville play the Weber concertino on natural horn with the Handel Haydn Society in 2004 or 5, something like that. It was astounding. And he's not known as a natural horn virtuoso, but and there are a couple other guys that really can do amazing things with a natural horn. But generally speaking, it's sort of a not a serious endeavor. It's kind of like it's horn players appreciate it, but nobody else does. You know, like when you play a natural horn, Mozart concerto on a natural horn, nobody knows how hard it is except the horn player. You know, I mean, so that's just been my experience with traditional instruments. Although I for many years I did brass repair, and I encountered a lot of old French horns, and it was amazing to me how good some of them actually were. I mean, horns that go back 75 years. Aren't very surprising.
Yeah, the brass band that Steven and I play in here in Fairfax, we're actually in the process of trying to acquire period horns, and we've recently bought through the university 2 E-flat soprano cornets. Well, one of them in particular sounds like a modern cornet. Like, this thing sounds gorgeous, and it was made in the 1860s. So, yeah, granted, we've played and seen other horns made from that time period that sound like it belongs on a wall in an Applebee's, but but yeah, it's it could be hit or miss, but yeah, they did know what they were doing that early on, which is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now probably as time went on, the production got more standardized.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And so, but now it's breaking up into different things. Different people are doing more. You can get more customized parts now from different people, and they're trying to tune it to the individual person more. But I don't know. The best trombone I ever played was a small bore con from 1918.
Oh wow.
Just phenomenal.
Oh, I'll tell you a story. Like, one of the recordings that Canadian Brass made was with the Berlin Philharmonic Brass and the Bayreuth Festival Brass, and the principal trombone of the Berlin Philharmonic was a very young guy. And now this was like 25 years ago almost, and he had an old Crosby trombone, not straight horn. It had beautiful engraving. It had a garland around the bell and little wire decorations around it. No tuning slide. And I said to him, "How can you have an instrument that has no tuning slide?" He says, "Why would I need a tuning slide?" And I think it's a trombone. Of course, it's built a little bit sharp, and then you just adjust on each position. It never occurred to me and here's the guy, he could afford anything. He could afford to be a clinician or, a sponsor, like any of these big companies, trombones. And that's the one that he chose. It was gold brass too.
Wow.
Probably sounded great.
He sounded fabulous.
Yeah.
I think he's probably still playing.
Yeah. Olaf Ott.
Pardon?
Olaf Ott.
I don't remember his name. But I was since I was interested in instruments and Crosby is a famous horn. They were a big maker. The horn was like 100 years old, I think. 90 or 100 years old.